Mr. Jeffries.
George Washington, in his farewell address to the nation, counseled America that the Constitution is sacredly obligatory upon all. It is in that spirit that we proceed today. The impeachment of a president is a solemn responsibility that we undertake prayerfully. The scripture says in the book of Psalms, "For the Lord loves justice and will not abandon his faithful ones." We undertake this responsibility prayerfully. We do not take this step to divide, though some will cynically argue that the impeachment of this president will further divide an already fractured union. But there is a difference between division and clarification. Slavery once divided the nation, but emancipators rose up to clarify that all men are created equally. Suffrage once divided the nation, but women rose up to clarify that all voices must be heard in our democracy. Jim Crow once divided the nation, but civil rights champions rose up to clarify that all are entitled to equal protection under the law. We do not take this step to divide. And at this moment, this committee can rise up to clarify that under the Constitution here in America, no one is above the law. There are some who have asked, why should it matter that Donald Trump pressured a foreign government to target an American citizen for political gain and at the same time withheld without justification $391 million in military aid from a vulnerable Ukraine that remains at war with Russian-backed separatists in the East? Why should it matter? Perhaps Ronald Reagan posited the best answer when he delivered a speech at the foot of the Berlin Wall in 1987 and stated, "East and West do not mistrust each other because we are armed. We are armed because we mistrust each other. And our differences are not about weapons, but about liberty." That is at the heart of the Trump-Ukraine scandal. Liberty, national security, abuse of power. America is the leader of the free world. We play that role because it is in the best interest of the national security of the United States. We play that role because we believe in liberty and justice for all. We play that role because freedom is in our DNA. Freedom from oppression, freedom from tyranny, freedom from abuse of power. Freedom is in our DNA. What role should this committee play in defending freedom? The House is a separate and co-equal branch of government. We don't work for this president or any president. We work for the American people. We have a constitutional responsibility to serve as a check and balance on an out-of-control executive branch. That is not the Democratic Party playbook. That is the playbook in a democratic republic. James Madison once wrote in Federalist 51 that the House should serve as a rival to the executive branch. Why would Madison use the word rival? It's because the framers of the Constitution did not want a king, they did not want a monarch, they did not want a dictator, they wanted a democracy. The House Judiciary Committee must defend our democracy because in America, no one is above the law, not even the President of the United States. We must hold this president accountable for his stunning abuse of power. We must hold this president accountable for undermining America's national security. We must hold this president accountable for corrupting our democracy. We must impeach this president. We can't stop. We won't stop. The Constitution is sacredly obligatory upon all. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Mr. Gates.
House Democrats aren't clarifying that no one's above the law.